स्टडी IQ IAS, आपका सिलेक्शन हमारा मिशन।
Hello students, welcome to StudyIQ. In this video, we will going to discuss Yogacara Vigyanvada school. It is one of the school of Buddhism. Just after the death of Buddha, the immediate followers of Buddha started following the exact teachings of Buddha. And that school was known as Hīnayāna. But after some point of time, all those interpretations of different thinkers, different philosophers changed. And it led to the establishment of altogether a new school which is known as Mahayana. And there is one more school which is Vajrayana, but which is philosophically not that much important. So in this video, we will going to discuss that what are those four philosophically important schools of Buddhism. So Buddhism got divided into Hīnayāna and Mahayana. Especially when you read history, then you will find that during the time of Kanishk, this Mahayana school will became prominent. So immediate death of Buddha, or you can say immediate followers of Buddha, okay, their philosophy, their teachings are known as Hīnayāna school. And within the Hīnayāna, this school got divided further, which is Sotantric school and Vibhashik school, due to their philosophical differences. In this video, we will not going to discuss these two schools. We will discuss within the Mahayana, there are two schools, Yogacara Vigyanvada and Madhyamik Shunyavad. In one of the lecture, we will also cover Madhyamik Shunyavad because these two schools are very much important for UPSC. In each of the examination of UPSC, they are asking one or two questions from this particular part. Okay, so we will discuss Yogacara Vigyanvada and Madhyamik Shunyavad in subsequent lectures. So first we will discuss that how Sotantrikas, one of the philosophical notion, led to the establishment of Yogacara Vigyanvada school. The first thing is Hīnayāna. Within the Hīnayāna school, if we will ask for their philosophical position, and that they will say that we are a realist school. A realist school means object exists independent of your mind, independent of your knowledge. There is no mind dependent reality. This is the realistic position. So Sotantric as well as Vibhashik, or you can say Hīnayāna per se, is nothing but a realistic position. Their metaphysics is realism. And their epistemological position is three-factor theory of knowledge, especially Sotantric school. Their epistemological position is this. They accepted three-factor theory of knowledge, just like John Locke. Okay, Locke also accepted the same philosophical position. What is this position is all about? They are saying that external object exist, but such external objects are not directly accessible to us. Like this pen is existing, but this pen is not directly accessible to me. I cannot get the knowledge of this pen directly. It is the representation of this pen which is present in my mind. Or you can say that this pen, the idea of this pen is present in my mind. And on the basis of that idea, I am inferring that something is existing outside of my mind. The representation of the idea which is present in my mind is existing outside of my mind because my mind cannot produce any idea. Okay? It is not infinite mind that can produce any idea. Are you getting? The pen, the idea of this pen is present in my mind, and on the basis of that idea is accessible to me. Okay? And on the basis of that idea, I am inferring that yes, something is existing outside, because that idea is not self-generated. This idea is not generated by my mind. Rather, there must be something outside of my mind from where this idea is coming. Hence, the representative or the representation of this particular idea is present outside, independently of my mind. And this theory in Western philosophy is known as representative realism, which is attributed to Locke. Are you getting? And the same philosophical position or epistemological position is accepted by Sotantric school. Why three factor? Because one factor is knower. I am the knower. The process of knowledge that I am getting or I am accessing this pen is the knowledge. And the third thing, okay, knowledge is nothing but the idea which is present in my mind. And on the basis of that idea, I am inferring that yes, something is existing outside. Again, I am repeating that Sotantric school or Locke is saying that my mind is not capable of producing any idea on its own. There must be something which is existing independent of mind and from where this particular idea is coming into my mind. Hence, on the basis of that idea, its representative is accepted by them, although it is not directly accessible. Okay? This particular position is known as Bahay Anumeyavad. Bahay Anumeyavad. Representative realism. Are you getting? So realism is the position, metaphysical position, and corresponding to that metaphysics epistemological position is Bahay Anumeyavad. Done. Yogacara Vigyanvada school came and they said, because they are idealist, they are saying that why to accept anything outside which is not accessible to you? What if that your mind is producing that idea and there is no external reality? Or if your mind is not producing that idea, there must be something superior consciousness which is producing that idea. So there is no need to accept external reality if it is not directly accessible to you. Why to accept? Why to infer anything? You don't need to infer anything. So they will come and they will say that we are not accepting this one factor of knowledge. We are not accepting. We are accepting knower. Yes, your soul. Yes, we are accepting. Your soul means your mind. Your soul is accepted. The knowledge, yes, the process of knowledge, the ideas in my mind, accepted in Yogacara Vigyanvada. But they are not accepting anything which is not accessible to me. And this theory is known as two-factor theory of knowledge, which is very much similar to two-factor theory of knowledge. And this two-factor theory of knowledge is very much similar to Berkeley's idealism. Berkeley's idealism. Now, what is Berkeley's idealism? Berkeley is saying that there is no external reality. Anything like this pen is not existing independently in this world. This pen is existing in my mind. And in my mind, external reality is no more. In my mind, ideas are there. So everything is nothing but the collection of idea. Are you getting? Anything is nothing but the collection of idea which are directly accessible to my mind. I am not going to accept anything which is not directly accessible. That is why he rejected all the external reality. And when you reject external reality, it will lead to idealism. Now, which type of idealism is this? Because he is accepting mind-dependent reality. Existence of this pen is dependent upon my mind, or your mind, or someone else's mind. Berkeley accepted God, infinite mind. Because if anything which is not perceived by you will be perceived by God. Hence, when Berkeley considered infinite mind, his idealism is nothing, no more remains subjective idealism but objective idealism. So all those things are related to Berkeley, and the same theory is accepted by Yogacara Vigyanvada school. They accepted two factors. They accepted ideas locus, that is mind. But ideas can have two locus. That is finite mind. Yes or no? your mind, my mind, these are the finite mind. And Berkeley also accepted infinite mind. The same thing is true with the Yogacara Vigyanvada school. They also accepted infinite mind. Are you getting? And that infinite mind in Yogacara Vigyanvada school is known as Ālaya Vijñāna, a storehouse of consciousness. A storehouse. This particular consciousness is known as a storehouse. Are you done with this? Okay, so we are moving ahead with this particular concept. And so first thing is clear to you that how realism of Sotantric Vibhashik school turned out to be the idealism in Mahayana Buddhism, or especially in Yogacara Vigyanvada school. And we also compared Indian philosophy with the Western philosophy of Locke and Berkeley. Okay? Now I will read that particular document and you will find out that yes, what is going on. Before moving ahead, I would like to make one particular announcement that philosophy December batch will be starting from tomorrow onwards. And you can use SU Live code to avail the maximum discount. This discount will be only available up to 18th of December. So you can use this code to avail the maximum discount, and this batch will be completed by the end of February. And if you want to have connection with me or any doubt related to philosophy optional, ethics paper, or anything related to UPSC, you can join this Telegram channel. Okay, so now Yogacara Vigyanvada school. Vigyan means consciousness ही होता है, ठीक है? So key doctrine, consciousness only or representation only. Okay, there is only consciousness. So Yogacara argues that we perceive an external world is actually the projection of the mind. Whatever the external world is nothing but the projection of mind. But it is not the projection of your mind or my mind. Our minds are finite. It is the projection of infinite mind. And infinite mind is known as Ālaya Vijñāna. Objects do not exist outside of the consciousness. They are mere the representations. This is not the crude subjective idealism like Berkeley, because Berkeley is saying, but ultimately Berkeley is not subjective idealist. Okay, dream and hallucination prove that the vivid experience can occur without external object. Exactly. So Vasubandhu says, refutes the external object. If atoms are partless, how do they combine? If they have parts, they are not ultimate. Perception vary, showing no independent reality. Hence, they accepted 6 types of consciousness. What are those 6 types of consciousness? First, 5 consciousness. These are the 5 types of consciousness that are accepted. Eyes, ear, nose, tongue, etc. Apart from these 5 types of consciousness that we know, okay, like from eyes, we will get visual consciousness. From ear, we will get auditory consciousness. From nose, we will get olfactory consciousness. From tongue, we will get gustatory consciousness, and so on and so forth. Moving ahead with this, manovigyan, that is mental consciousness. After that 5 organs, there is 6th organ which is accepted by almost all the Indian schools of philosophy, that is known as mind. That is known as man. So the consciousness, or you can say it is one of the intermediate consciousness. Those 5 consciousness and their sensory experiences will be mediated by man. So these are direct, okay. The 6th consciousness coordinate and conceptualize the data from the 5 senses. Okay. That is 6th consciousness. Mind, manovigyan, then manasvigyan, ego consciousness, often called Krishna mana. Okay, so after mana, that is ego. This is ego grasping consciousness which takes Ālaya Vijñāna as a self, generating the 4 defilement. Okay, like self-view, atma-drishti, self-love, atma-sneh, self-pride, atma-mana, and self-delusion, atma-moh. तो बिकॉज ऑफ ईगो यू विल जनरेट सेल्फ व्यू, अपने आप को लेकर के एक व्यू डेवलप हो जाता है, आपका आत्मस्नेह डेवलप हो जाता है. ये सब इसी की वजह से होता है, एंड इट इज द रूट ऑफ द egoism, dualistic thinking, constantly active in the ordinary beings. But the last consciousness, which is the storehouse of all types of consciousness and entire world, is nothing but the projection of that consciousness, is nothing but Ālaya Vijñāna. Ālaya Vijñāna is the storehouse consciousness, which is the fundamental eighth consciousness, subtle, continuous, neutral. It stores all the karmic seeds, latent potential impression from the past action which ripen into the future experiences. It acts basis on the personal continuity, rebirth and projection of the world. In enlightenment, it undergoes ashray pravritti, transformation of the basis, shedding defilement. जो filement ego की वजह से आ जाते हैं वो सब खत्म हो जाते हैं. Converting into pure wisdom. Neutral at base, it accumulates karmic traces, support rebirth, etc. It receives impression from the past Vigyan and give rise to the new Vigyan. Like a river, ever flowing, impersonal, yet carrying karmic momentum, purification transforms it into wisdom. तो बेसिकली हर चीज है कॉन्शियसनेस, माइंड ओनली रियलिटी, माइंड डिपेंडेंट रियलिटी. हमारे अंदर ही अलय विज्ञान है विच इज द स्टोर हाउस ऑफ द कॉन्शियसनेस. बट ड्यू टू मनस विज्ञान and Ālaya Vijñāna is the supreme reality according to them. There is no duality in Ālaya Vijñāna. But because of this Manas Vijñāna, because of this egocentric, ego-grasping consciousness, you will develop Atma Drashti, Atma Sneh, Atma Mana, and Atma Moh. And because of that, duality is perceived. Because of that, I will say this is mine, this is yours. Because of this type of consciousness, karmic seeds are stored, or you can say the seventh layer, which is not visible to anyone, which is only visible, which is only realizable to only those people who attained nirvana. Otherwise, these seven type of consciousness are there. It is one of the deepest layer, but this type of consciousness will only be attained by those individuals who attained nirvana. Their ego is completely dissolved, and now they are free from all types of atma moh, atma drashti, atma sneh, etc. Consciousness is completely purified. Are you getting my point or not? Okay, so this type of thinking leads to idealism. It is when you compare Shankaracharya with Yogacara Vigyanvada, then you will find many similarities. Like they discussed, after discussing these consciousness, they discussed three swabhav. These three swabhav is nothing but the three levels of reality according to Shankaracharya. How? Parikalpit swabhav, imagined or constructed nature. This is nothing but pratibhasik sat of Shankaracharya. Pratibhasik Sat of Shankaracharya. How? The falsely projected duality of subject-object, like seeing a rope as a snake, completely illusory. No inherent or authentic existence, because once you wake up from that particular dream, that reality is no more. So this is Parikalpit Swabhav. The second one is Paratantra Swabhav. Paratantra Swabhav means the interdependent flow of consciousness arises from the causes. This is the relative truth, real as a process but lacking independence. They are saying that Paratantra means this is Vyavaharik reality. Vyavaharik. Sat, according to Shankaracharya. Once you wake up, this wakened up state is nothing but the reality for you, but it is still not independent. And the last one is Parisampanna, that is highest reality. That is the ultimate doesness, the dependent nature devoid of imagined duality. It is non-dual emptiness. Truth is naturalized. That is, in Shankaracharya, it is Paramarthik Sat, where there is only one reality, Brahm. There is no duality. Okay, hence the first seven arise from the subside into Ālaya Vijñāna like waves into the ocean. बाकी तो सब आप अच्छे से जानते ही हैं। और इसी में ही ऐसा भी कहा गया है कि वी ऑल आर नथिंग बट लिविंग इन द ड्रीम ऑफ दैट इनफाइनाइट कॉन्शियसनेस। ठीक है, तो आपको समझ में आया होगा कि योगाचार विज्ञानवाद ने कैसे रियलिज्म को कंप्लीटली आइडियलिज्म में बदल दिया। ठीक है, आई होप आपको ये वीडियो अच्छा लगा होगा। एक बार फिर से एक बहुत जरूरी सूचना आप सब लोगों के लिए कि ये बैच स्टार्ट होने वाला है, तो आप इसको ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं एट मिनिमम प्राइस। थैंक यू सो मच। वी विल बी मीटिंग इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर एंड डिस्कसिंग माध्यमिक शून्यवाद स्कूल। थैंक यू।
स्टडी IQ IAS, आपका सिलेक्शन हमारा मिशन।